What is up, guys? This is Wyatt from FFWC. Hi, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm sorry I've been out for a week. I've been really busy, and then from being busy, I kind of fell out from it. And then whenever I got the chance to get back up to it, I never really tried to get back into it. But I'm back. I got a new stand. As you can probably tell, it's a better viewing angle. But I got a new stand, so I have a folder of all the lessons that I've missed out on making a video for. So I'm going to cover these, and I have a bunch of other lessons that are still coming. So don't unsubscribe, man. There's still a lot of videos in store, because I'm back and I'm feeling better than ever about this. So let's get started, y'all. The first lesson that we are going to be talking about is a man named Stephen. And Stephen, he stood up for God. And because of him standing up for God, something happened to him. You may know the story. It's kind of a common story. But it's still a lesson that we need to go over and talk about today. Okay? So, Stephen was full of God's power, and he loved Jesus. I mean, he had a zeal for the man. So, God used him to do great miracles and wonders among the people. See, that's kind of a lesson right there. You have a zeal for God, he's going to use you, man. Okay. So, some leaders of the synagogues didn't like what Stephen was saying and doing. They argued with him, but couldn't win the arguments because the Holy Spirit helped Stephen. His name is spelled Stephen. Sounds like it looks like Stephen, but it's Stephen. Stephen was saying bad things about Moses and about God. When the people and elders and teachers of the law heard that Stephen was saying bad things, they took him to the Sanhedrin. Now, we talked about Sanhedrin a while back ago, whenever Jesus was roaming the earth, right? He got basically pulled to court with Sanhedrin for the same reason about how people didn't like him and they didn't believe him. This is kind of the same area, except Stephen, he's getting charged because people don't like what he's saying right now. And that was the same case with Jesus. Jesus was saying about how he was the Son of God and everything, and no one believed him, and they didn't like how he was saying that. And that's kind of like with Stephen here, he's saying stuff and nobody's liking him, so he's going to face some repercussions for that. So the Sanhedrin, which was the religious court, Stephen's enemies told more lies about him, but an amazing thing happened. Now, if you remember, whenever Jesus went against Sanhedrin, there were some people telling lies about him too. When the man of the Sanhedrin looked at Stephen, his face looked like the face of an angel. Then the high priest asked Stephen, "Is it true what these men are saying about you?" Now, there's also a similarity whenever Jesus was facing the Sanhedrin, is these guys both had the opportunity to lie and try to get their way out of it, but as you will hear in a minute, that's not the case of what happened. Stephen answered with the words the Holy Spirit gave him. He explained how God had worked through his people over the years. Then Stephen told the religious leaders that their ancestors had recited the Holy Spirit's working. Now the religious leaders did not believe Jesus was the Messiah. They killed God's son, which they ended up doing that. So Stephen's speech made the leaders angry. They dragged him out of the city and began to stone him. Now, if you don't understand what they mean by stoning him, they literally had him out in the streets, and they made people, they were like, "Hey, Timmy, come here." And they all took stones, and they all thrown them right at him, over and over and over again. Through all this injustice, Stephen was not angry. He had a lot of self-control there, okay? Instead, he prayed for the people who killed him. If you remember, whenever Jesus went up to cross, whenever he was hanging up on the cross right before he died, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they did. It's kind of along the same lines of what Stephen said whenever he said, Lord, do not hold this sin against them. Then Stephen died. He went to be with Jesus, whom he had seen standing at the right hand of God. Now, this is an amazing lesson, people, because you can pull a bunch of different pieces out of it. You get the one lesson of just be honest, just tell the truth. And then you got another lesson of stand up for what's right. Stand up for God. You'll get the better reward at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I hope you pulled a lot out from it. I'll be trying to cranking out a bunch of videos this week. So, please stay tuned. Won't be disappointed. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.